For the most part, everybody practiced today in some form, except for Torrin Harris, which is very good for us for it really only to be Wednesday and already to have all our guys out there. Obviously, is very beneficial as we go into a very tough road game. Thought the guys practiced well today. We were able to clean up some stuff from yesterday. We'll have another chance tomorrow to get back out here tomorrow morning, and then they'll go back to class, and then we'll come back and get on the plane and go.
Who's your emergency cornerback? I mean, obviously, Torrin is banged up and Anthony's out for the season.
Big game, James Harbin. You might not know James.
He was the guy who worked the graveyard shift.
He is.
He came in and practiced in spring. Right?
Yeah, he would come right from the grave. Pretty cool story. He would come right from the graveyard shift of working, I think a security job, and then he'd come right here and walk right into practice. So it says a lot about him and his dedication. So it's a pretty good story.
Why wouldn't you take the redshirt year off TJ Bryant and put him in that situation?
Yeah, just really is the direction we've already went with redshirting him, and TJ. James actually right now would be ahead of TJ, you know, because he's been in there getting reps, and TJ's been running service team for us.
What about Ryan Henderson? Could you pull off him in an emergency?
We could. It would have to be something, you know, where we would look at during the week and come out of a game after, you know, if there were some more severe injuries at the position, not something we would just do during the middle of this game.
We've had someone like Mark Tyler who says, I'm willing to play even if I re-injure my shoulder because it means so much to me. How do you kind of handle someone who's willing to, kind of sacrifice their own health?
Well, first off, I think it says a lot about Mark, to make that statement, and it says a lot about his dedication to this program after all he's been through. So it's great to hear, but it's our job, as the coaches and as the head coach, to make sure that we're doing the best interest for the whole season. So we meet every day with the doctors and evaluate everything in the direction of it, and so it'll be a game time decision. But a lot of those injuries a lot goes into them. They may be hurt, like a lot of our guys are hurt every Saturday when we go to play, but are they injuries that can get worse if they play with them? And so that's what we have to look at. We'll look at that Saturday morning.
They threw Hendricks in against Air Force, had him run the ball a bunch. Do you think that this is something to throw you off, or that something they might actually use against you guys?
Don't know. It doesn't really matter that much. It's more about us. It's not like he's a true running 4-4 quarterback or something, so it doesn't drastically change what we would do if he went in, so it's not that big a deal to us.
Not to jinx him, but your freshman kickers 10 of 11 field goals this year, which is obviously pretty good. How do you think he's performed?
Yeah, I think he's done great. It's interesting you bring that up. I was watching you guys over here, and there were 6 people still on the field, 6 players still on the field. And you guys were interviewing them in their different stages there. All 6 players were in their first or second year of our program. So he's another refreshing reminder of the future here. The majority of our really good players and the best prospects probably for the long term, for the next level, are in their first or second year here. So it's great, and he's an example of it. Not too often a freshman, especially a true freshman kicker, playing that well in big time games.
They're young, but have they been informed about the rivalry?
Just very little. I think because of our age, because we're so inexperienced, so young, the last thing we want to do is build it up too much, and you put too much pressure on them, and they can't handle that. And so it isn't about that. You don't all of a sudden play different because of where you're playing or who you're playing. You still have to prepare extremely well in all phases of the game, and you got to go and play really well. And so it comes down to playing well, and not adding too much pressure, because there's already going to be enough hype that I can't control. They're going to get through the media, and they're going to feel when they're out there before the game, so we don't need to add to that.
Do you think playing under the lights adds to that?
Definitely. Anytime you have night games, it always adds something, adds an element to the game because of the energy, and then also the crowd usually is always louder and more into it, as you go into night games, as you go on days.
How has Marquise looked in practice this weekend? Are you concerned about him because he's a guy who, will go up to get the ball, land on the ground?
Yeah, we have to really watch Marquise because he does do that. He falls awkward a lot because he does go get the ball so much, and also he's so tough. He's not going to tell us any different. If there's any way for him to play, he's going to try to play. So we have to really watch that.
Good.
All right.